All right, we've got two things we're going to be opening tonight. Some Trifecta football, and of course that's our autograph memorabilia items. And then some Select basketball is the other thing on tap, which is a new release from today. Those are always fun. Before we get started, though, ripping into things, there is a little pre-break information that we need to go over. So let me get us on the right page to start with that. So feedback, guys and gals, that is 100% automated. And really, I do that just so that you don't ever have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, the second message there, and far more important, is to say thank you, because I do appreciate you bidding and breaking with me, hanging out and chatting and keeping me company, all that kind of stuff. We're going to next take a look at the breaks that are listed on eBay that we're going to be getting into in the next few days. So tomorrow night, you know, there are two things that released today, but we're only breaking the one tonight in Select Basketball. Our other new release product that came out today is 2019 Donruss Baseball. So we'll get into that one tomorrow night with a half-case break of it, along with a break of a multi-sport jersey. Those multi-sport jerseys are always listed in the football category, and the spots are sold by the first letter of the last name. So like Cal Ripken would go to an R, Russell Westbrook to a W, etc. Friday night, we'll open a 3-box case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. Encased Football comes out on Friday. We'll find ourselves tearing into a case of that and a second case of Select Basketball. So Friday night will be pretty busy. On Saturday, we'll open a Gold Rush autographed basketball jersey and a half case of Heritage Baseball, which will be the start of a new case. Sunday, a Leaf autographed full-size football helmet, and that is the last one of those that I have. So unless I find some more somewhere, that will be it for the Leaf full-size helmets. Leaf Best of Basketball will be coming in behind that with case number 6, which is also the last of it that I have on hand, but I am actively trying to find us some more. We'll see if I have good luck with that or not. Sunday night, we'll also have a 20-box master case of Contenders Optic Football, and that one's been a lot of fun. Monday, we'll open Encased Football again, and we'll open the back half of the Donruss Baseball case that we start on Thursday. We'll finish on Monday. So here's the 411 for tonight. Trifecta Football is going to be up first. And that was a free shipping item. Here's what you need to know about free shipping items. When you break with me, those are always going to be projected to go out no later than a week from the date it breaks. So that means it'll be on the way to you no later than Wednesday the 13th, which is a week from today. Most of the time it gets out well in advance of that, but that would be the latest. The other thing you need to know about our free shipping break tonight, if your team is not pulled in this Trifecta Football break, you are still entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year in any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90 days. Typically, in a free shipping break like we have for Trifecta Football, I just hang on to those consolation cards if you're due one, and then I gather them all up and send them out the next time you have a package that's heading out the door. If, however, you don't want to wait for that and you would like to have it right away, that is certainly no problem. You just drop me a line, let me know. Gladly, we'll take care of it for you. Paid shipping break for tonight is Select Basketball. Of course, we're going to be breaking a full case of that. I'm projecting that should be on the way to you on or about Saturday. I do know I've got a couple of things I've got to take care of this week, getting my mom to and from some cataract surgery and some doctor's appointments. So it's always possible I could get it out sooner if some of that takes less time. It's also possible that it could slide to Monday if some of that takes more time. But my best estimate is that it will be on the way to you by Saturday as we sit right now. So first up is the 2019 Gold Rush Trifecta break. And this is break number 3 of that particular product. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay. I noticed in one place I put the 5th and the other place I put the 6th. So clearly, I had a little typo happening there, didn't I? So let's fix that. Wednesday, the 6th of March. And of course, we will have a new spreadsheet going up when we do Select Basketball. So if you're in that break, hang tight. You'll get a chance to see your name up there shortly after we wrap up our trifecta football break here. And last little piece of business before I can get started. You're going to notice that the background goes a little out of focus there. That is by design. So please don't worry. We're going to be able to see it all nice and up close. So this is a big box. And the easiest way for me to do it is like this. So I'm showing you this is where it's all taped up and where the UPS invoice was on the front side. I'll flip it over. We'll look at the tape here that they gave us on the bottom side. The important part is, of course, the Gold Rush tape. And then we're going to try to open this bad boy without making a huge mess, because this is, you know, a huge box. So it's not ideal the way it has to come out of here, but it will work. It's going to work for us, so just bear with me. We'll eventually get in here. Hi, Brandon. You're looking for a one-of-one Steph Curry tonight in Select? Well, that would be a nice way to start off our cases of Select, wouldn't it? I would like that. Right now, I'd like to be able to cut that tape, finally. Oh, man. All right. Now, we're going to get all this paper out of here. Oh, we got different stuff in here tonight. Okay, so as most of you know, this can be one of several different items. It can be mini helmets, jerseys, footballs, 16 by 20 photographs, and or cleats. And I think maybe even one or two other things. But tonight, here's what we got. This looks like a Josh Allen signed football. And in fact it is. It tells us that up there at the top. So a nice little Josh Allen football for the Buffalo Bills. You'll have to put some air in it if you want to, you know, display it. But anyway, this is how they come. This is JSA authentication sticker on it. There it tells us Josh Allen, of course. And there is your JSA paper certificate. So the Buffalo Bills with a nice Josh Allen signed football. Good start. Another Blaze helmet. I love when we pull the Blaze helmets. We pulled a Blaze helmet out of another one of these boxes too. This one is Beckett authenticated. We see that it is the Cardinals. Hopefully it's going to tell us who. Oh, Kurt Warner. Oh, really nice. Okay, nice. So Kurt Warner autograph. We saw the Beckett sticker on the back. It's hanging in there. Can you see it? There's a little Beckett piece of paper kind of stuck up, hanging from the inside. There is your paper authentication. So a Blaze helmet for the Cardinals and Kurt Warner. And our third item in this box is, I believe it was Kareem Hunt. Yeah, so Kareem Hunt jersey for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is JSA authenticated, and Kareem Hunt himself authenticated it. Oh, there's your JSA paperwork, and there is a little bit better look at your autograph. So, Kansas City Chiefs with the Kareem Hunt jersey, then the Josh Allen signed football for the Buffalo Bills, and the Kurt Warner Blaze helmet for the Arizona Cardinals are the three items out of Trifecta tonight. So give me a second, let me get these safely tucked away, and then we're going to roll into Select Basketball. That was also our first Trifecta that didn't have a 16 by 20 autographed photograph in it. Our others have had that. So definitely there is some variety in these. So it gives us an opportunity to pull some different things on any given day. All right, there's our case of Select. And I see I managed to hit our camera pretty good at some point, dealing with all that giant memorabilia box. So let me try and get it set back sort of remotely where it was before I bashed into the tripod anyway. And let's get it up here, take a look. So you saw this just a minute ago, I expect, right? If anybody did jump in after I had this up a moment ago and after we discussed it, please take a minute, read it, hit me up with any questions that you have about any of the information that you see there. It is a 12-box case of 1819 Select Basketball. Came out today, break number 1. And of course it ended tonight on eBay. Oh, same dumb typo down here. Why did I do that? Why did I call it 3.6 one place and 3.5 the other? Well, see, that's why I have the repetition, right? Figure I'll get it right in one place. And same as before, kids, we have got team names on one side. Winning bidders are across from each team on the opposite side. Scrolling down through, everybody's got a chance there to see their name up in lights, and we are ready to rock. Hi, Mark. Mark just joined us in chat. It's quiet in chat tonight. Only Mark and Brandon hanging out with us at the moment in chat. All right, so of course there's a fair amount of cards in Select. It takes us a few minutes to get through all of this, and primarily because it takes a while to get it all out of the packaging. We got to get all the boxes out of the case, and then we got to get all the packs out of the box, and then all the cards out of the pack, and etc. But hopefully it's going to be worth it, right? That's what we would assume. We would assume that we're going to pull some awesome stuff like you typically do in Select, and then it's going to be fun, and everybody's going to go home happy. I'm going to get the case out of the way. So we are going to find lots of parallels in here. We'll find probably a fair amount of numbered things. Most of that kind of stuff I will sleeve after the fact, just as a matter of keeping it flowing in the break, because there's lots of prisms and numbered things and whatnot that I may ultimately put in a sleeve. But as we go through the break, I'll probably sleeve, the hits, of course, I'll sleeve as we go. As in like autograph and relic. But some of the prisms and the lower numbered stuff we may, or the higher numbered stuff I should say, will probably wait and sleeve after the break. You can see here that it tells us to find 3 autograph or memorabilia cards in here. And that's right. We get the big or, which means it could be 3 memorabilia, it could be 3 autograph, it could be 2 and 1, 1 and 2, it could be any kind of crazy configuration they feel like giving us, basically. Brandon, they don't do the XRC in basketball. They did once upon a time, but they didn't do it in Select. In 11-12, I think it was, they had it in something what is the equivalent of XRC in Select football. It was in 11-12, maybe past present, Panini past and present, and maybe also in 12-13 past and present, but it was done differently, and they often don't do the same things in one sport as another. It's weird the way they are with that kind of stuff, but yeah. Christine is here saying go T-Wolves. Hi, Christine. And Griffin is here just watching. Well, hi, Griffin. I'm glad you're here too. And Christine, you said usually you have to be up too early. Yeah, I understand that. I do understand that. I often don't get in bed until 2 or 3 in the morning. And boy, then when I have early days, it's painful. Like tomorrow, I've got to be at my mother's house to pick her up, like at 8 a.m. To get her to the cataract surgery place, and I am not looking forward to it. I'm not good on those 3 or 4 hour sleep nights, so I understand where you're coming from with that. And of course, die cuts we'll find plenty of. I will sleeve those as we go, just because it's easier to kind of keep up with them if they're sleeved, because they like to try to run away from you. That one's the Portland Trail Blazers, numbered to 249, the Dame, Mr. Lillard. And here is numbered to 199 for the Raptors. So I'm going to assume that the red in here, all the reds are probably going to be to 199. Now, of course, the reds in football were to 99. This is what I hate about Panini. Use the same numbering system to match the same color in the same product in both sports. But they don't. Jaren Jackson Jr. for the Grizzlies. And this is a tricolor wave, but it is not numbered. So again, my assumption is there are probably none going to be numbered that match that pattern, but we might flip one or two more to find out. Colin Sexton for the Cleveland Cavaliers with a relic. So that's hit number 1 out of this box. So again, we're expecting 3 total hits out of here. And a scope pattern, Jalen Brunson. And Jalen is the Mavericks. That one is not numbered. Another tricolor, that one is Shamet for the 76ers. I think we can now safely assume those are not going to be numbered since we flipped 2 and neither were numbered. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, a little Andrew Wiggins die cut to 65. Headed to Christine. She's going to be taking that Andrew Wiggins home, right? I believe. I think you said you had Minnesota tonight. Jason Tatum. Now, guys, these are, of course, the prisms, which I'm also going to call refractors just out of habit. They are the same thing. Whether I say prism, whether I say refractor, it just means it has the coating on it that gives it that handsome little rainbow effect when the light hits it. So we'll probably see loads of those. And there's another scope, Blake Griffin for the Pistons. It's probably safe to assume those are not going to be numbered since we flipped 2 and neither were. Patrick Beverly to 299 for the Clippers. And there's Chandler Hutchison, prism, for the Chicago Bulls. But I've always thought it was interesting that you could have the same product, you know, just in 2 different sports, and they do it so vastly different. There's Lillard. I mean, down to the color, you know, the numbering is different. I'm like, why not just make it consistent, you would think. If red is 99 in select football, make red in select basketball also to 99. I just think it's weird. Markieff Morris with a relic for the Washington Wizards. So there's 2 of our 3 hits out of this box. We've got 1 we're still looking for, and this looks like it's it. It is Musa for the Brooklyn Nets, numbered to 10. Should be a little RPA in there. A handsome card. Like pulling those gold parallels. And, of course, anytime you pull a gold, well, I say anytime you pull a gold, it'll be to 10, but you never know with Panini. But typically their gold is going to be to 10. Russell Westbrook, Oklahoma City Thunder, tricolor wave. And there's box 1. But yeah, you know, Brandon, I wish that they would do some XRC type stuff in here because I do think that's a lot of fun in football. I've had past years the first year that they did this in football was what, 16 maybe? Is that right? Whatever the first year was, I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to get all these XRCs. And I was buying into all kinds of breaks. And then I was buying the cards themselves as people pulled them out of other breaks. Because I wanted to get the full set of XRC redemptions. And I learned very quickly that was going to be out of my price range. So, I got a partial set of them that year. But I could not get the full set because the autograph and the tie-dye versions and things can go really quite high on those XRCs out of football, but they are fun to collect. I enjoy having them anyway. And, of course, I've got loads of other basketball to break. I just got to find time for it. You know, we've got a lot of prism stuff to deal with. And I've got some select first off the line that at some point will break. There's Dennis Schroeder, Oklahoma City Thunder. Hey, Greg. Hey, Latch. How are you? What's happening, guys? There's a nice little Marvin Bagley die cut for the Kings to 175. How's your day been today, Latchman and Greg? Both of you, each of you. For the Grizzlies, that is Javon Carter. It's numbered to 10. And if you've got the Grizzlies, you're going, yeah, I'm glad I got 1 to 10, but why couldn't it have been Jaren Jackson Jr.? I know. I feel your pain on that. Zach LaVine for the Bulls. Brandon, you said you were going to try to get that first Zion Williamson autograph. I know, man. I know. That will not be, we will not see the first autographs of the new basketball draft class until like October of this upcoming year. It's way far away. Orlando Magic Vucevic /99. Yeah, unlike football, who will start the new cards about the time the draft happens. Basketball, the draft happens in the spring, and you don't start the card season until late in the year. That was Paul George for the Thunder. And Dan Majerle /160, I believe that said, for the Phoenix Suns. Relic and signature. We're on box number 2, Bobby B. That's LeBron James, and there's a Mirotic scope. Latchman, are you talking about the guy from last night who kind of, lost his mind over the Leaf Best of Basketball? If that's who you're talking about, I would assume not. That is Batum. There's a tricolor Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets, and behind that, one for John Wall and the Wizards. Again, those not being numbered in here. An insert for Gary Trent Jr. Portland Trail Blazers. That one is numbered. It is /99. Yeah, I guess losing his mind was not the right way to say it, but basically he was... he bought into it as a team break, and he knew it was a team break, but then he didn't hit anything, so he kind of went off on a big tirade, for lack of a better term, about how it should not have been a team break, that it should have been a hits draft. Calvin Murphy for the Rockets, numbered /10. Dual color relic. I will get it out in a minute. Calvin Murphy will throw back there /10 for the Houston Rockets. So, yeah, I guess he's, I don't know. He also sent me a message, of course, telling me all the same things that we had gone through in chat as well. So, I don't know, guys. It's one of those things. Mo Wagner and the Lakers with a relic. And that's just an insert, but it's kind of cool one. Little global icons. That one was for Patrick Ewing. And there is one James Harden for the Houston Rockets, numbered /275. So, yeah, I don't know, guys, what causes that sometimes. I mean, honestly, when you don't like team breaks, then, why did he buy into a team break? That was kind of my whole thing. If you know that's not the kind of break you like, then why did you buy into it? But I don't know. But, then there's also the thing, of course, it's sometimes, now I don't know if that was the case with this particular fellow or not, but certainly sometimes there are a certain sector of people, I will say, that feel the need to tell me how to do things because I'm a female. And, females couldn't possibly know what they're doing. They could not possibly be knowledgeable about how to do a card break because that's kind of, men's territory. So you get a few of those. I don't know if that was this guy's deal or not, but I do have a hard time believing that it would have been the same commentary and the same tone directed to a male breaker as what I heard from him along the way. But you never know. I don't know. At least it's not as blatant as the guy who told me that time that I, quote unquote, needed a man to keep me informed about my sports. Because like I had been busy that day and there was some trade news that had come through, I don't know, a couple of hours before the break and I hadn't seen it yet. And somebody brought it up in chat and I said, oh man, I haven't seen that yet. You know, I was busy, whatever. And so this guy says that's because I didn't have a man to keep me updated on my sports news. Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks. That was one of my favorites. But I get lots of weird stuff like that from time to time. And this is the Trailblazers to 175, CJ McCollum. Bobby B, you said some of your comments are getting blocked. You know what? It might be you guys, one of you guys told me a while back that sometimes if you try to type in stuff, too many comments too quickly, that YouTube has some kind of filter and will tell you to like slow down or something. I don't really know what that's about, but I have had that reported to me before, so it could be that. That was a Mikal Bridges Prism, rookie Prism. There's Nurkic for the Blazers with a little tricolor. Here's Devin Booker. Our white border here is to 149. Of course, I keep wanting to use the numbers that we use in football, and they're completely different in basketball. And Christine, you said when you don't hit, you always want it to be a hit draft. That's funny. Bobby, I don't have you a Luka yet. And Griffin, I'm glad you like your kid reporter cards. Hey, man, I got to find something sometimes to space things out. Or, you know, if it's a certain kind of surface, I like to make sure it doesn't get scratched up when I slide that top loader in. To 249, that's a Kyrie Irving die cut for the Celtics. And what do we have here? Kyle Lowry for the Raptors. That one is numbered to 60. So a little bit lower number. There's a base Luka rookie anyway. Kyrie Irving tricolor. I mean, I know that's ultimately not what you're looking for, but I'm just saying, you know, hey, right now even Luka's base sometimes does pretty well. Bobby B said, what's that Dallas card on the top left? Where are we talking about? You got to help me out, man. I don't know where we're talking about. There's a Maverick upside down somewhere in here. Oh, that we haven't hit yet? Or that well, I don't know. I guess we'll see it in a minute. Whatever it is. If we haven't seen it yet, we're going to see it in a minute, all right? Mo Bamba and the Orlando Magic with a relic. A little pinstripe in it. Greg, you said some of your comments got blocked too. Did you guys get the same thing? I mean, is it coming up and saying that thing about, like, whatever it says about slow down or wait a minute or you're going too much, or I don't know exactly what it says because I haven't seen it. Just trying to remember what you guys told me it said, or some of you told me. For the T-Wolves, Christine, you got another one. Josh Okogie. You know I say his name wrong. That's to 99. So you're bringing yourself good luck, I think, by watching live tonight, huh? There is a Trae Young rookie prism. We'll sleeve him now. A lot of these, again, if you tuned in late, a good number of these I will be sleeving later. But there are a few that we do as we go along. Our hits, obviously. Shamet for the 76ers. And then some of our lower numbered cards. That's a scope. MKG, little Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Charlotte Hornets. And for the Warriors, it's Jacob Evans III, numbered to 99. All right, so guys, I didn't see an upside down Dallas Maverick in there. So I don't know what you guys saw in there, but I did not see that. Oh, Christine, yeah. Oh, that guy. Christine says, what about the guy who gave me crap because I reminded him of his... It actually wasn't even his ex-wife, I don't think. It was his current wife. It was his current wife. Yeah, there's a guy who came into the breaks and complained in the breaks about, but not a whole lot. And then after he got his cards... left feedback like neutral or negative. I think it was negative feedback, actually, because he said that it was like doing a break with his wife, because my voice apparently reminded him of his wife. So then I blocked him from bidding with me again on eBay, because why would you leave me negative feedback just because I sound like your wife? That seemed a little unreasonable to me. So then he came into chat again another night, and I'm thinking again, why are you here? If you can't stand the sound of my voice and your wife's voice, why are you here coming back again? But he did, and he was going to start some, typing in some nasty stuff in chat, so I just blocked him in chat. And when I blocked him in chat, he immediately filed a case on eBay saying item not as described to get his money back. So yeah, that guy was a real winner. I had forgotten about him, Christine, but yeah, he was a winner and a half, buddy. So you never know what you're gonna wind up with. But it's always fun. Always fun. Bobby B, you said you joined a Facebook group of 50,000 women and messaged the leader of the group and asked to speak to the man in charge. And got blocked immediately. I would say so, my friend. This is Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns. And that is also a Prism, Gary Trent Jr. for the Trailblazers. Only you, Bobby B, would do that. Yeah, you're perma-blocked, I imagine, in that sense. So J.R. Smith to 149 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And a little Aaron Holiday comes out for the Indiana Pacers to 299. But yes, you would be amazed at things, the things that come up. Always fun to look at when you go back. Not always as fun when you're in the middle of it. There's another T-Wolves die cut. That's to 175. And there's Chris Paul for the Houston Rockets. The Hornets, Devontae Graham to 199. Autograph, of course. Yeah, I kind of wish that, again, that Select would not do this either or kind of thing. I prefer the way they do it in football with that too, where you know you're going to get 2 autographs and 1 relic, and here it's kind of an either or. You don't really know what you're going to get. Isaiah Thomas with a relic from the Cavaliers for the minute and a half that he played there. They apparently still have some of his uniforms. Got to cut them up. LeBron James scope for the Lakers. And that tricolor looks like it ought to be numbered. It's probably not going to be, but let's flip it over. Yeah, it's not, but it just looked like it should be. Marc Gasol and the Grizzlies. Next up is a refractor for Miles Bridges and the Hornets. Embiid, tricolor, 76ers. Here comes Mo Bamba for the Magic. Probably going to be a relic. And it is, with a pinstripe, though. So, always happy to see the pinstripe show up. There's J.J. Barea, Dallas Mavericks, tricolor. A die cut, Robert Williams, Celtics, to 249. The one good thing about the G League, or whatever we're calling it these days, if that really does become a true farm system for the NBA in the way that the minor league teams are a farm system for baseball, that would really open up a lot of ways they could put together their basketball products, because then they would be able to include prospects and up-and-comers and things that I think would really open it up and allow them to do a lot more with basketball. Because otherwise, the rosters are so small, it just makes it difficult. Yeah, Bobby B, you're not kidding. I'm a little behind on chat, but yeah, Bobby B, the costs of some of the resale prices for some of the Luka cards are crazy. And it does make it worth a flyer to go for it because, as you say, some of the ones for Select already going for $6,000. So, you can afford to miss in a whole lot of breaks and hit in only one and still come out way on top, as long as you hit that one. And his cards are through the roof. We all know that. And you know who's finally starting to live up to expectations a little bit? Our man Trae Young. So he's starting to kind of get on track. Would have had another high-scoring game the other night had he not gotten ejected for 2 technicals. And the second one was a little BS. I mean, come on. He playing the Bulls, and he hit a step-back 3 over, I think it was Carter, wasn't it? Over Wendell Carter. Kind of, not quite back at midcourt, but it was a pretty solid 3. And then just gave him a little stare after he hit it. And man, they popped him with his second tee and ejected him. Mo Bamba for the Magic. A Scope. Jerome Robinson for the Clippers. And Shamet for the Sixers with a Prism. Behind that is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to 299 for the Charlotte Hornets. The Jazz. Rodney Hood. Good old Rodney there. Seems like Rodney Hood kind of comes out of everything, doesn't it? Dante DiVincenzo, Bucks, Prism. I feel like I pull him out of every basketball product. I probably don't, but I feel like I do for some reason. A die cut Thaddeus Young to 175 for the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, it's always been my joke. Like one of my reps will talk about, oh, he bought a National Treasures for himself or something and all the great stuff he got out of it. And I always say, yeah, if I bought a box of National Treasures to open personally, mine would be like a whole box of Rodney Hood. That is numbered to 75 for the Raptors with Ibaka, whatever it is. You know I say it wrong. You know that I will butcher it. Dennis Smith Jr. and the Mavericks. Tricolor. Die cut Jazz Grayson Allen. Numbered to 249. And there's another Grayson Allen, that one. A Prism. A full-size Prism. Bobby, I just now saw where you put in there, just mute me. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Giannis for the Bucks. And I've told people that before. I mean, like the guy that got aggravated the other night because we were discussing some topic that he didn't want to hear about or whatever. I'm like, dude, you got to say it a little nicer than that. But it's like basically, hey, man, you got a volume button and you've got a mute button. So use one or both. You don't have to like come along and just be rude for no reason. Marvin Bagley, Sacramento Kings to 99. Kings get a little ink and relic for your man Marvin Bagley. Miles Bridges, Hornets. And Mikal Bridges for the Phoenix Suns with a relic. But as a whole, you know what? I mean, you guys know most of the people that are in here are great. And we have a lot of fun. And everybody generally gets along and is respectful of everybody. And for the most part, it's really a lot of fun. You just get a few bad ones here and there that like to come in and make life a little difficult. But we try to just overlook them and keep on going. Dirty Dog, you've got the Pistons and the Blazers in here. All right. Well, we'll try and work a little mojo for your Pistons and your Blazers. People are doing one box breaks of Contenders Optic. Why are people doing one box breaks? That's, well, I mean, I guess obviously they're making money or they wouldn't be doing it. But to me, like, good grief. So you got to do 20, you're going to do 20 breaks to get through one case? That does not seem like a fun way to do it. And I don't know that I'd want to buy into it as a one box break. Maybe, you know, a 3 or 4 box break. Because there's not very many cards in there. Or even a 2. But a 1? That seems like But anyway, you hit something good out of it, so that's the good news. So if you hit a 1 of 1 out of a 1-box break, you probably didn't have to pay much for it, and that worked out all right then. A scope, Marc Gasol for the Grizzlies. And here's a Dallas Maverick, but daggone it, it's not the one we wanted. Of course, we got a ways to go yet, so don't give up on me, Bobby B. Don't give up on your Luka. Raymond Felton to 49 for the Mavericks. Relic. Tricolor Ayton for the Suns. Yeah, encased. Oh, man. Encased, as you said. Dirty Dog says you hope you don't fizzle out on encased, and Bobby B's talking about that it's tough. Honestly, I'm getting less of encased this year than I got of National Treasures. So, yeah, encased is super, super tough this year. Way, way worse than it was last year. To 199 T-Wolves Okajie. I mean, and it was hard last year. Way worse this year. Brandon Ingram tricolor for the Lakers and a Grayson Allen for the Jazz. There's Zach Collins to 75 for the Trailblazers. But you want to know what's going to be even worse than encased? Honors. Honors. Oh, yeah. Can you even believe that? Honors is going to be harder to get than encased was. It's just brutal right now for football. That is numbered to 99, Brooke Lopez and the Milwaukee Bucks. Wendell Carter Jr. for the Bulls. The 76ers get involved with a little Sean Bradley to 199. Relic and autograph, of course. A scope for the T-Wolves, Taj Gibson. Once again, those scope are not numbered. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits a prism. Yeah, Christine, I know there are a lot of people that do a quarter cases and a fifth of a case and things like that. And I mean, I do some things in half cases, as you guys know. Things that have zillions of base cards in them that would just be a nightmare to sort and ship. I often will do in a half case or later in a full case and just do all, but the base cards don't ship, and that kind of solution. To $2.99, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and the Hornets. But as a whole, if it's reasonable to sort it and ship it, I prefer to do it as a full case always. Eric Gordon, Rockets. I think it just makes things simpler. Jaren Jackson Jr. to 99. Memphis Grizzlies. Nice little hit. For the Triple J signature there. Mark, you are looking for a Kevin Knox autograph. Well, then we need to try to find you a Kevin Knox autograph. We're going to do our best to make that happen. We're going to try it and see if we can get the mojo to deliver Kevin Knox for you and Luka for Bobby B. And I think we had a couple of other requests in there as well. Dirty Dog had a couple of team requests, so we're going to try to get the mojo to deliver for some of you, all of you, maybe, hopefully. We're going to try really hard. Griffin, you're heading out tonight. All right, well, take care, Griffin. We will see you hopefully again tomorrow night. Always a pleasure to chat with you, sir. Bobby B, do you seriously need that Sean Bradley, Bobby B? Is that what you're saying? Or are you're just like messing with Brandon? I'm thinking you probably don't need that Sean Bradley, but I don't know. Oh, that wasn't even your Brandon, that wasn't even yours. Okay. See, so he's just messing with you. Don't give up yet, guys. We've still got all this left to go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes left to go, plus the one that we're looking at right now. So see, you just couldn't see some of them probably because they were sitting over there sideways. Now you can see them all. Makes you feel better, right? Because you know there's a ways to go. That always makes me feel better anyway. For the 76ers, it is Evan Turner /99 relic. Then a Marc Gasol for the Grizzlies, tricolor. A Marvin Bagley Prism for the Kings. And Embiid with a scope. You guys are all... Sean Bradley was the man in Space Jam. Is that what you said? DeAndre Jordan for the Mavericks, tricolor. Yeah, well, everybody's all excited now about Space Jam 2 with LeBron. Jimmy Butler, 76ers, relic. So I guess we'll, in I don't know, a couple years, I guess we'll be seeing Space Jam 2. Musa, Nets, 299. Dirty Dog, you'll be happy with anything that's a 1 of 1. Well, that is very specific, but I will try very hard for you. Kyrie Irving /149 for the Celtics. Okay, there is C.J. McCollum, Blazers, with a prism. A Tristan Thompson prism. He's in some kind of whole social media debacle these days, I think. You know, that's what you get for getting involved with a Kardashian. You know, if you do that, you know you're going to be involved in some kind of mess down the road. Patty Mills /249 for the Spurs. And Nerlens Noel tricolor. Of course, I think he did kind of precipitate it by, like, cheating and whatnot. So, kind of his fault regardless. But still, it's going to be in the news if it's with, and if a Kardashian is involved in any way. Another Marvin Bagley die cut. That's /175. So, Tristan, you brought it on yourself. Devontae Graham and the Hornets. The Chicago Bulls, Lauri Markkanen, 199. Signed too. Signature and relic for the Chicago Bulls. All right, we have got 5 boxes to go, including the one that I'm just getting ready to take out of the packs here. So we've got a ways to go yet if we haven't hit what you're looking for. We still got a little bit of time to find it. I got to get a few more sleeves out on the table. All right. Let's roll through and see what we can find. Bobby B, are you going to get your Baker Mayfields graded before you sell them, or are you just going to sell them raw? Does anybody know how far Beckett is behind right now? You know, at one point they were almost a full year behind. Then they got sort of caught back up and were within 3 or 4 months. But I don't know where they are currently in terms of a reasonable turnaround. Honestly, PSA DNA is faster, I think. I kind of like them better, but so many people have become enthralled with the subgrades that it's really become a thing. PSA needs to probably recognize that and start adding some subgrades. But so far they have not, and they've left that to the domain of Beckett. And then that's how we end up with Beckett getting crushed and so far behind. Tyreek Evans for the Indiana Pacers. And I thought that that was probably going to be numbered, but I was wrong. So, see, I put that in the sleeve for no real reason, other than I thought it was going to be numbered. Here comes our zebra. This is a case hit for the Bulls. Zach LaVine. Oh, Bobby, that is harsh, man. Oh, Bobby says he wants to sell his Baker Mayfields before anybody realizes that Baker Mayfield is the next Tim Tebow. Monte Morris for the Denver Nuggets with the prism. And here comes Miles Turner and the Pacers, numbered to 199. With an in-flight signature. Hard signed, is it? Yeah, hard signed, Miles Turner and the Pacers. In-flight signatures are new to Select Basketball this year, so nice to see one of those make an appearance here. Tricolor Tim Hardaway, Knicks. And right behind it, Rajon Rondo, Lakers, same as tricolor. Keep wanting to say to 75 because we just opened football last night. But the white borders here are to 149 in Select Basketball. Jerome Robinson and the Clippers, relic. You know, they are really saying that Tim Tebow may at some point make the major leagues these days. You know, when he started, no one was predicting that. Even the Mets themselves, as much as admitted, like, hey, we just thought it'd be fun for our minor league teams to sell some merchandise and generate some interest. I mean, they didn't say it that way, but the implication was clear that they were not sure he would ever make it to the majors. The Spurs, LaMarcus Aldridge, that's numbered to 299. Yet, here we are. He's been moving up through the ranks, and supposedly some of the execs said he, you know, they project he may actually make the major leagues at this point. So, how about that? Eldon Campbell to 199 for the Lakers. Bobby, I don't know why they don't do it exactly the same as Select Football, but as I said, they very seldom do basketball and football the same. That one was a Gerald Green tricolor. Little Trae Young die cut for the Hawks to 249. I did ask my rep, Russell Westbrook for the Thunder and a Colin Sexton for the Cavs, if he had any insight on that. He used to work for Upper Deck, so he knows a lot more about the inner workings of Upper Deck than specifically Panini, but yet he still knew quite a bit. This is Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. He said that the teams for the various sports don't even consult each other. So, like, there's a whole separate team for Select Football that operates completely independently of Select Basketball. And, of course, I don't know if they make Select Soccer or whatever, or racing or anything else, but they might. But if they do, every sport has its own product development team that operates completely independently of any of the other sports' product development teams. And that just seems so odd to me, because it would just make sense if there were some consistency involved, even in something as simple as the numbering or anything like that. You know, the way that Topps does. When you pull a certain color, you know it's going to be numbered to a certain thing in Topps. Kind of doesn't matter which product you're opening. So I've said for a long time I wish Panini would do that, but they won't. Oh, Select Football, yes, it was, as you say, 100% a hit this year. Select Football's always pretty good, but it was even better this year, I think. They did a really nice job with it. Well, it doesn't change a whole lot. You're saying they shouldn't change it at all for next year for football. They don't change it a whole lot from year to year. I mean, they'll add an extra this, that, or the other, or slightly change a configuration. But as a whole, Select and Prism, and there's a few of those flagship type product lines, they don't change a whole lot from year to year. Contenders is another one. Paul Millsap. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to $2.99 for the Clippers. So, yeah, there's, I think, a lot to be said for keeping some consistency and just adding a few things here or there. Obviously, they changed the design of the product, but the content is largely the same. Robert Williams, 2.5 for the Boston Celtics. Nice little green one makes an appearance. I like to see the green in here. Steven Adams, Thunder. AD for Nola. And behind that is DeRozan for the Spurs, both tricolor. Another little dummy card. I'm so glad to get those. I was almost out. Jerome Robinson Scope for the Clippers. And this should be, I think, low numbered, this die cut for the Jazz with Derek Favors. Not as low as I thought, to 65. Being that it was orange, I thought it was going to be a little bit lower than that. But, hey, well, 65's respectable. Gail Goodrich and the Phoenix Suns next hit out to 199. Definitely a little curvature this year as well. These are bowing up in the middle a little more than football did. At least this box is, or this case is, I should say. Not still as bad as old days when they used to really curve up, but a little bit in there. To 199 for the T-Wolves. Another Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Prism for the Clippers. A Musa Prism for the Nets. And a Mo Wagner Prism for the Lakers. 76ers have another hit. Zaire Smith to 199. 76ers have pulled quite a bit of stuff in here so far tonight. Chandler Hutchison, Chicago Bulls. Relic. All right, we have 3 boxes left to go. 9 down, 3 to go. So yeah, I don't know what to do about the Select first off the line, guys. What do you all think about that? I have gotten a weird amount of it because they allowed you only 3 per order. You probably, some of you may have heard me speaking about this last night. I was actually expecting only 3 because that's all I thought I had gotten. Every time I was trying to order it, it would freeze up and give me a message, and like an error message, and say that it didn't go through. So I would go backwards and then try to enter the order again. And I finally got an order number and a confirmation that it went through. So I thought, great, you know, I've got 3. I went back to try to go into the cart again, and then it was sold out. So that was that. But then when FedEx came, he had 3 different first off the line boxes for me, each one with 3 boxes of Select basketball in it. Because guess what? All those times when the website was giving me error messages, it was really creating orders and charging my card. Because I did go back and look at my credit card to see if I, in fact, had 3 different charges for it, and I did. So, I have a weird amount. I have 9 boxes. Not a half case or a whole case, just a weird amount. So, I don't know if we should break them as 9 boxes or what we should do. If we should break it as like half a case and then I open 3 boxes. I kind of like that idea a little bit. Or what? I don't know what to do because it's not going to make a 12 no matter what. Robin Lopez tricolor. Another Mo Bamba. You guys know, man, early in the season, I just pulled Mo Bamba like crazy. He's coming back around tonight. That is numbered to 10. That's a pretty solid relic there as well. for Mr. Bomba and the Magic. Zach Collins, Portland Trail Blazers, scope. You said let's break it after this. Yeah, you want to break my first off the line after this? Yeah, I'd have to get some serious money for that. Marvin Bagley and the Kings with a rookie prism. Break it now, Brandon says. I can just hear the chant, do it, do it. Yeah, that stuff's too valuable. I got to think about how that's going to go. Aaron Holiday to 99 for the Pacers. Oh, you want me just to send you a box as your consolation? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know that that's going to happen. DeAndre Jordan for the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks, why can't we pull Luka? Where are you, Luka? Karl Anthony Towns, tricolor. Terry Rozier to 299 Celtics. Okubo for the Suns to 199. We've actually had pretty good luck pulling Luka this year on the whole. So maybe he'll turn up yet. Dennis Smith Jr. and the Mavericks to 99 die cut. Mark typed in a bunch of Z's like he's sleeping. And Bobby says, how is he sleeping if he's typing? But Mark, I get it. Okay, so Mark's telling us that's just representative of the fact that the case is a big snoozer, he thinks. Not a good case. He's not liking it. It was to 249 for the Jazz. Robert Williams III and the Celtics to 99. And that's just sad. That's just an R, okay? Like, what the heck? You can't give me any other letter, just an R. No W, no the third, nothing. Just the R. Well, anyway, there's your R for the Celtics. That is Miles Bridges and the Hornets for the tricolor. A Malik Monk prism. And a Zaire Smith prism for the Sixers. A Kevin Huerter prism. He just traded jerseys with Dwayne Wade. As he says, he wears the number 3 to honor Dwayne Wade. That was like his, basketball hero or whatever growing up. So D-Wade did a surprise jersey swap with him the other night after he played what I guess is their final game against them. Bobby B, you've got faith that we're going to find the Luka for you. I like it, man. I like it. Let's speak it into existence and see if we can make it happen for you. We'll try really hard. Dirty Dog says it should be a Luka autograph green. Oh, that is super specific. Bobby, if you don't hit him here, then you're going to buy the Mavericks in every case of select because you don't want him to come out in the case you don't have. I know, that's always the way, isn't it? And didn't that happen to you on Select Football? Wasn't that you were after Josh Allen and then like the one that you didn't buy into? Didn't we pull 2 Josh Allen autographs out of it? I think it was you that had that happen. Where you had bought them in like every case I'd done of Select but the one. That's the worst. It's not funny, but I'm kind of chuckling because I've had it happen to me personally when I have been bidding on things. And I will watch the break, which I should never do. When I lose it, I should never watch it to see what comes out. But I do. And, yeah. And then when you see it come out of the one you don't have, it's just the worst feeling in the world. It's Prince for the Hawks, Prism. Reggie Jackson prism for the Pistons. That is a scope for the Clippers with 1 Lou Williams. Tricolor Colin Sexton, Cleveland Cavaliers. Ooh, Trae Young. Well, let's look at that base behind it and get it out of the way. So we can take a look at Trae Young and the Hawks. Oh, well, I mean, it's an okay relic, but I would have rather had some ink, as I'm sure would the Hawks also have rather had some ink, if I had to guess. Well, at least we have a Kevin Knox prism. I do know you asked for Kevin Knox. We did not find an autograph yet, but at least we have found you the prism. So a step in the right direction. Karl Anthony Towns die cut T-Wolves to 175. Yeah, Brandon, you're funny. I know you guys are shades of last night. It's like having flashbacks, aren't we? Gallinari for the Clippers. Yes, indeed. Kent Bazemore, Hawks, die cut to 99. There are a lot more die cuts in basketball than certainly there were in football. I mean, in football, we maybe had out of a whole case, what, 8, 6, 8? I mean, not that many. Not exactly that number, but somewhere, a small number. It was Taj Gibson. And here we've got a ton. Fournier, numbered to 199 for the Magic. Jordan Bell, refractor for the Warriors. I have a blue LaMarcus Aldridge on top of the pile over here. And it is to 299. Brandon, you said no redemptions in basketball. Do you mean you're not talking about the XRC? You're talking about like any redemption? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I am not 100% sure about that. Aaron Holiday. This is numbered to 199 for the Indiana Pacers. Have any of you guys seen a redemption come out of anything? Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. All right, now, last box mojo time. Yes, yes, yes. We've got to call it forth. We got to look for the big hit in here. Yeah, I don't know, Bobby. We were talking about that earlier. I don't know why there's no XRC in here. They did something similar to it in basketball only once or twice, and it was in 11-12. I think past and present was the product name that it was in. And that was predominantly because there was, of course, the lockout, right, in 11-12, which affected how everything happened. And all the 11-12 players mostly had their rookie cards in 12-13 products, as we know. And they may have done it in 12-13 as well. I can't exactly remember. It wasn't specifically exactly the same as XRC, but it was really similar. And that is the only time I remember them doing it in basketball. Now, there may be other times that it was done, but that's the only time I remember it. Bobby, our next select basketball is Friday night, I think. I'll double check it for you. After we do the recap here, I'll throw the spreadsheet info up again, but I think it's Friday night. You need Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, specifically. All right, Brandon, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. We're going to try it. Dirty Dog says you haven't seen any points. Well, obviously, yeah, no, not out of here tonight. Hopefully, not at all. It would be nice in this product. We hope. Okay, so let's work our mojo, kids, and let's try to find some of these hits that you guys are looking for out of our last box. Lauri Markkanen to 199. So the Bulls, you get 2 Lauri Markkanens. What are the odds of that? You don't even pull Lauri Markkanen all that often, and then we pull him twice out of one box. It's kind of, or out of one case, I should say. It's kind of crazy. Oh, a little Kevin Knox tricolor. So tiny little bit of extra love there for Mr. Knox. A scope I see setting on top for Lonnie Walker and the Spurs. And Markel Fultz, that is numbered to 99. Evan Fournier is getting ready to have a hit of some sort come out for the Nuggets. And that is a kind of a boring relic. Let's be honest, that's a little bit of a boring relic, but nonetheless, it's what they gave us. So we work with what we have. Chris Paul and the Rockets to 299. There's another Kevin Knox refractor. So you end up with a couple of prisms and the tricolor. DeMar DeRozan to 199 for the Spurs. And we're getting close to the end now. Okaji for the T-Wolves. Kevin Garnett for the T-Wolves. Christine, you had a lot of T-Wolves come out of here tonight. So you did bring yourself, actually, I think, really good luck by watching live, because we pulled an extraordinary number of T-Wolves of various things. A John Collins refractor, a Paul Millsap refractor, a Scope Hassan Whiteside, and one of our little blank dummy cards. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to 149 for the Hornets. A tricolor Sabonis for the Pacers. There's a base. We'll get it out of the way. And then Chris Dunn for the Bulls to 299. Okay, so that is Select Basketball. We did get away with no points and no redemption, so I do like that part of the plan. We're going to recap some of the lower numbered things, not all of the numbered things, because there's a lot of numbered things, but many of them are higher numbered. So we're just going to do the lower ones. We will take a quick little pass through here, though, of the die cuts. There's more of them than what we found in Select Football by far, but I'm in the habit of showing them in the recap just from doing Select Football. So I'd already set them out separately. Might as well, right? Might as well. Now, some of our lower numbered things. The Celtics hit the Robert Williams to 5. Our case hit, our zebra case hit is the Bulls, and that's Zach LaVine. And here's Musa for the Nets to 299. Zach Collins and the Blazers to 75. Raptors to 75. The Raptors again to 60. The Rockets to 75. The Blazers to 99. Technically, that probably shouldn't have been in there being to 99, but I had laid it there. And then Javon Carter and the Grizzlies to 10. And once again, loads of other numbered stuff. Those are just the ones that I set aside that were lower numbered to be recapped. So then you have the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, the Pacers, Clippers, Hawks, Celtics, Mavericks, Magic, Bulls, and then we have somebody trying to run away from me there. The Bulls again, the Kings with the Marvin Bagley, the Jazz, Rodney Hood, another Mo Bamba for the Magic, Isaiah Thomas for the Cavaliers, Devontae Graham for the Charlotte Hornets, the Warriors, the T-Wolves, the Magic, and the Lakers. The 76ers, Zaire Smith. The Suns, throwback Gail Goodrich. A little Eldon Campbell traveling back for the Lakers. Jerome Robinson, Clippers. The Pacers with Miles Turner in flight. That one was a hard signed autograph, I believe. Another Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. And Jimmy Butler for the Sixers. And Evan Turner for the Sixers. Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis Grizzlies. Sean Bradley for the 76ers. The Dallas Mavericks with Raymond Felton. Mikal Bridges, the Phoenix Suns. I really do like this relic. It's quite nice. Calvin Murphy. Little throwback sig there to 10 for the Rockets. And then that is the Phoenix Suns. Another to 10 here for the Nets with your rookie. Markieff Morris for the Wizards. And for the Cavaliers, Colin Sexton. Oh, Christine, I know, right? If that Kevin Garnett had been an autograph, I would have loved that. You don't find a whole lot of Kevin Garnett autographs. I don't know how often he signs, because there doesn't seem like there are very many of them that show up. You find his relics more often, but autographs are a little bit more elusive for Garnett. Okay, so if anybody missed this earlier, the Trifecta Football, the free shipping break, should be on the way to you no later than Wednesday the 13th, a week from today. Most of the time goes sooner, but shouldn't be any later than that. If you didn't hit in that break, consolation cards are involved and usually are saved up and sent when you have your next package going. If you want it sooner than that, you let me know and I will take care of it. Everybody pulled cards in Select Basketball, so no worries about consolation cards. Hoping to have it on the way to you on or about Saturday. If I can get it out sooner, I will. If things with, shuttling my mother back and forth to these various eye surgeries and appointments and things takes longer than I expect, it could possibly slide to Monday, but I think Saturday will probably get it done. As in the no later than is my hope. Our breaks that are coming up. Now, tomorrow night we are starting early at 9 o'clock, and we're going to do a Leaf Autograph Multisport jersey and then a half case of Donruss baseball, because it's a 16-box case and there's 8 bazillion cards in every box, and so even a half case is going to be like 1,600 cards or some crazy amount of cards. So, yeah, we're going to have to do that one by the half case. And we are starting at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific tomorrow night. On Friday, a 3-box case of Onyx Preferred Players Autograph Baseballs. Our first case of In-Case Football, which is a Friday release this week. Our second case of Select Basketball, same night. Saturday, Gold Rush Autograph Basketball jersey and a half case of Heritage Baseball. That is the start of a new case. Leaf Autograph Full-Size Football helmet will break on Sunday night. It's the last one of those I have. Leaf Best of Basketball will break on Sunday night. That's the last of that I have, although I'm actively trying to find more. And then Contenders Optic Football will break a full master case there as well on Sunday night. Monday night we'll do a second case of In-Case Football and a second half case break of Donruss Baseball, which, look at that. I fixed the one to say 2019. I'm still somehow let this one to say 2018. What in the heck, man? I have had the worst time with that all week. What am I going to do? So anyway, I guess that is all the news to use here for tonight. So thanks, guys. I appreciate, as always, everyone being here, spending part of your evening with me, bidding and breaking with me. I will be back at this again tomorrow night, hopefully without constantly running into the camera and the tripod and making it crooked and sending you on Mr. Toad's wild ride. And so hopefully I'll see you again then, or if not then, sometime soon. Meantime, enjoy the rest of your week ahead, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Bye now.